It's funny because I always think that my work's changed so much and then somebody comes in and says it hasn't.
Wow.
I wasn't sure about it and then I just left it and I accepted it. I know it's rough, but I wanted it to be rough. Unlike a lot of the other heads, I've got different areas which I've painted in different ways. You know, if you look at the right side, it's completely different to the left side. I thought it was like a clown.
Yeah, I think it's like a clown. And clowns, there's something really awful about clowns, isn't there? They're pretending that they're funny, but they're not funny.
They're macabre.
Yeah.
And they know that they're sort of ill-intentioned, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they're these, which are also new. I thought they were quite bold.
I really like these. I like the horizontal ones. What is
Do you know what they say?
What?
They say that horizontal lines are calming because of landscape, but then I kind of wanted to subvert that idea of stuff being calm.
You know, you get up in the morning and you come in and you do that. What are you holding on to?
I think what I'm holding on to is the work that has come before. I've always found, I'm sure it's the same for writers, that one book leads to another book. You know, one idea with paint leads to another idea.
Do you never sort of feel lost, like, what the hell am I doing
All
here?
the time. All the time. That's what's frightening. And then I think of all the people who've encouraged me and I think, well, you've just got to go on with it. You just got to go for it and risk it.
I think what drew me to your work was that you weren't part of that YBA thing. It was doing something very courageous. Conceptual art was a big thing, and then it's ironic, what I would call taking the mick out of the audience, like playing little games, which is fine. But you weren't doing that. You were doing something much more from the heart.
I'm very fortunate that you could see that. Because at that time, I mean, my work was wildly unpopular.
But that's what I think why I relate to your work, because it comes out of itself. It's not of something else, it's of itself. And that's a really difficult thing to do. It's not anything on the surface, it's something that means you need to think and explore and feel. To make the dumb matter actually say something is very challenging.
No, it's very challenging. Well, it is.
It's hard. I was looking at that one because it hasn't got shapes that you recognise particularly. It has new shapes and the whole surface is moving. It's a field rather than one or two objects scattered around. I guess that makes it quite musical. It's not pretty, it's kind of shocking. It's blood, it's guts, it's pinks. I mean, it's got a lot of human body in it, but I like it. You shock the viewer because you don't give them what they expect. You give them something unexpected. You're looking at it with, if you like, one part of your brain, the conscious part. And then there's other parts that you can't define what that, because they're in another, you know, the feeling part.
I'd like people to know, not just about me, you know, as a painter working, but there is a discipline to it. Mm. You don't just come in and think, oh, I feel angry, and you get a pot of red paint. You know, it's kind of more contemplative, and that there's more thought that goes into it. It's not therapy.
No, of course you're not doing it for therapy. You're doing it because that's what speaks to you. What I'm really struck with coming into the studio is this intense physicality. Classical Freudians don't really have bodies in the room, if you think about it. You have the analysand on the couch lying down with the analyst behind. It's not how I work because I'm too interested in bodies. I don't think we're disembodied human beings. I don't think we are any spirit. I'm very interested in corporeality, body-to-body exchanges, mismatching of bodies, mismatching of space between people, the smell of bodies, the feel of bodies, aging bodies. I'm really not interested so much in plastic bodies.
It's far harder for me to paint an abstract painting because it's more mysterious. It's harder.
Why do you think you're drawn to it?
Because it's difficult. Difficult is what I know. These are completely non-referential. You can't see heads, you can't see landscape, and that, for me, is quite successful.
And these very white ones, what are you doing with these?
I really like the colour grey. I like how one colour, the white, drifts into the grey. You know, the tonality, the shift, the fact that it is contemplative and you have to look at it. I always think they're like pools of sadness. I just like white. I like the purity. You know, after all this red and blue, it's such a relief. I do those very, very slowly because they have to dry first. You know, it's oil paint, it's not acrylic. I wanted another colour to come through because the white paint is very thin.
I like the fact that that it's peeling off and you can see what...
Do you know what, Penny? When I looked at it, all that fell off. And I had no idea why. So I thought, well, I'm going to make a painting about a painting falling off. So I scratched through. You can touch it. You can see that bits are just coming off. Sometimes I just have to close my eyes and think, I'm just going to do it, because I get so scared. It's very easy to do what you've planned to do, but then that's when the real painting starts.